Well, hello there. Welcome to part 3 of the Get Off the Road diorama by Games Workshop from the Lord of the Rings. This is going to be the hardest part to do. It's the little hobbits. Now, as you can see, I've done the base already to match in the rest of the diorama, and I've given the hobbits an undercoat of white primer, so they're ready to go. Now, I got a nice little array of paints today. I've got it all set out on my palette. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight in and make a start. Now, I'm going to start with ashen brown for the hobbits' clothes, because most of them are quite dark brown. So we're just going to quickly zoom around the whole miniature, see if we can get closer, and we're just going to go over all the areas that we want the brown on these minis. Now, it's not going to be an easy paint, that's for sure. These little hobbits are tiny, but I'm going to try and do them the best I can as a speed paint. What we're going to do is we'll probably wet blend a lot of the clothes here today. As for the skin, we'll be using tawny flesh for the skin tones today, and we'll be using the ink wash from Army Painter. Now, Army Painter do a flesh wash. If you've ever watched any of my shows, or you're new to the channel, if you want to get a very nice little effects with minimal effort for your miniatures, Army Painter flesh wash is absolutely fantastic. It really works well. I've kept the miniature on the sprue, for it makes it a little bit easier to paint, so I've got something to hold on to. Now we're just going to wash the brush and go into some different colours. We have, what do we have here? We have heather blue. So this is for one of the jackets. It's here. Excuse me, it's because it's such a small miniature, I'm drifting away from the camera. Hopefully it's in focus and you can get an idea of what I'm up to. Now for this paint, I'm using a size 0 brush. This is from Reaper Miniatures. It's one of their pro brushes. I'm going into some Auburn Shadow now. This is going onto Frodo's cloak there. Okay, now I'm going into some Highland moss. You can always tell when Mikey is concentrating because he stops talking. I'm trying to do commentary as I'm going along, but these little hobbits are very, very hard to do. So what I'm trying to concentrate, and I go into silent mode. So listen to the music and enjoy. Okay, this is coming on actually quite nicely. What I'm just doing is what we call it blocking in the colours. So we're getting all the main colours onto our miniatures. Now for the hair, we've got two of quite light blonde. So these will be on these two end ones here. So we'll just add some buckskin pale to the hair here. Old Sam here. Okay, I'm just going to mix in some of this buckskin pale with my driftwood brown. That'll be for this one here. And the last one, we are adding some of my ashen brown with the auburn shadow. Make it a little bit darker. And this will be the last one. Excellent. Okay, very nice. Right, now we're going to add the skin tone, and the skin tone was the tawny flesh. So we're just going over all the skin areas now. Oh, nice big lettuce there, so we'll get some green on that in a minute. And there we are, and that is the blocking in of colours So we're going to let that dry now, and then we shall come back and start highlighting and adding that ink wash. Okay, so all the blocking of colours are done, and it's looking very nice now. I've painted in the little cabbage as well. So what I've got here, this is the flesh wash. This is flesh wash from Army Painter, and it's just an ink wash, and we're going to go over all the flesh areas with a very small brush and get that all done. So we're just going over all the face details, letting it go into all the recesses. Little legs and the hobbit feet. I'll pick out all the little hairy hobbit feet, like so. There we are. Come on, Sam. Now with this ink wash, I don't think we need to actually go and paint the eyes. The miniature, these little hobbits are so small. What we'll do, we'll see how it comes out when it dries, because with the ink wash, you're getting a shadow where in the eye sockets and on the fingers and on the legs, etc. So it can actually give a false impression of eyes anyway. But we'll see how it looks once it's dried. But as you can see, just by adding that ink wash, it's given a shade to the face, which actually is very, very nice. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll let that dry, and then we'll come back and see how that looks, and see if we do need to add some eyes to these miniatures. I don't personally think we need to go into really detailed eyes, because we could end up ruining the actual miniature with some blobby cross-eyed hobbits. And it's such a nice diorama. We'll see. Let's come back in 5 minutes and see what it looks like when it's dried. Well, I'm actually very, very happy how the skin looks on these hobbits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some highlights now to the clothes. So I'm going back to the ashen brown, and I've got some white, some dragon white, and I'm just adding a little hint of dragon white into my ashen brown just to make it a little bit lighter. And we're going to just highlight the clothes a little bit around these little hobbit clothes. And very, very simple. It's just a tiny little touch to the knees, just the highest areas where the material's been stretched, like so. And along here, very, very simple. Just a tiny little highlight, but it makes all the difference to the. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, that looks fab. Absolutely fab. A little bit just there. There. Don't overdo it. Oh, they're looking good. I like those. Okay, so I think we need to just add a little highlight to the blue and to the tops of the hair, and I'm going to call these done. Okay, final highlights. Again, I'm using the buckskin pale, and I'm just added a hint of that dragon white to the buckskin pale, and this is just to highlight a little bit. And again, it's just the simplest of touches to the top of the hair, This will give it a little light source, and that's all we need. A little tiny weeny bit. There you go, and we're done. That's all that's done, is giving a light source to the top there. And again, we're going to do the same. Just going to brush and wash 1 second. And we're going to use the heather blue. And with the heather blue, we're going to add some dragon white. And again, very, very simple. Just a little bit of white added to the dragon, to the heather blue, sorry. Dragon white, heather blue, getting confused. And we're just going to highlight a little bit of this cloak. There you go. Just his jacket a little bit. There we are. Perfect. That's all I want to do. Okay. Now, do we want to? Yes, we want to add a little bit of the green. Give me 5 seconds, and I will just quickly do that cabbage. So we're going for the Highland green again. All very simple. All we're doing is we're using the same colours, but what I'm doing for the highlight is I'm adding that dragon white to all the colours, and then just mixing it in with a little bit of with the original colour. So here we go, a little bit of this, and this will highlight that cabbage just there. This tasty little cabbage. There you go. Yum. And that's the cabbage highlighted. Simple as that. And that is that's me done. I think we've done enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this off the base, and I'm going to give you a 360 of the finished